So many people have already asked me, what's your favorite Cars on the Road diecast? And I think it's definitely Royce Revsley here. I know we haven't even opened him yet, but I love his color. You guys know my favorite color is red. I like that he's got the salty tires. I like all the intricate decals on him. Like, I just can't wait to find out what NIC might mean. And also, he's a brand new, unique model. Now, originally I thought Griswold was going to be my favorite, but he is pretty much just Bill Revs with equipment. So that's kind of the drawback for him. Maybe my mind will change when we open Griswold tomorrow, but right now I am really liking Royce Revsley. So yeah, guys, we're not going to waste any time. Of course, this came out of 2022 Singles Case L, which in my opinion is the best case of the year. It's got 4 brand new Cars on the Road cars. It's got 1 new Thailand variant, which is Fred, and that's a very substantial variant. And you also get another crack at Sara Wheelson, Damaged King, Bertha Butterswagen, along with some others. And I'll leave the link for that unboxing in the description below, and card suggestion pop up in the top right hand corner. Hopefully this case hits stores here soon, because right now it has not been found anywhere at physical retail. But yeah, you can see new for 2022. They're pretty much putting that on like every Cars on the Road item. Like, I think you won't see like the Cars on the Road. Well, actually, did they do that for Mater? They might have left that off for Mater. Yeah, they left that TV logo off for Mater, but pretty much for everyone else, when you see the on the road packaging, it will have the new logo because they are all new. On the road packaging is also going to have the map in the background, which I love. You can see the salt flats there. Willie's Butte, I think that might be the circus. This is actually the same Kersploosh mountain that you see on Mater's balloon in the Mater with Balloon release. So I love that Easter egg, even though they didn't go there. And you guys know I really like the packaging. Now, it's interesting to note that the art that Pixar provided Mattel here has just, clean black tires. But for almost all of the Salt Flats cars, it seems like Mattel is giving them just completely salty, just like straight white tires. Like, this could be snow for all we know, but obviously it is meant to be salt. And so yeah, I really do like his artwork. He looks pretty cheerful. He looks like a good guy. Too bad McQueen and Mater didn't interact with him, or any of the other racers really for that matter. As seen in Cars on the Road, that is correct. And you get a look at all of the other new Cars on the Road diecasts. Like, this is it. All of the Cars on the Road diecasts that have been released as singles are in front of you here. You have Racing Center Cruz Ramirez, who we'll review soon. On the Road Road Trip McQueen, already reviewed him. Pillar-Durev, now she is also in a 2-pack with Mater, but she's as a single, which we'll review last because she's my least favorite. Speed Demon was in the last case, already did her. You, of course, have Griswold here, and then there is our guy, Royce. All right, so I'll be right back with the Double R Man opened up. Okay, it's confirmed. Royce is undoubtedly my favorite Cars on the Road diecast so far because of one really cool feature to him that we'll get to, so stay tuned. You would never have expected it on him. But yeah, I'll put an image from the show where he appears. He just appears in the background. I know I say this about so many cars we review, but that's just kind of how it goes, right? I hope that they release some more of the cars or characters during the show that had speaking lines, because there were a lot. You have Randy from the Haunted Mansion Lights Out episode, a lot of the cars during the movie set episode, so you really saw those. We can actually, discern a little bit more about their personality. But Royce, we could just make it up on the fly here. Now, his expression's okay. He honestly looks a little bit like an anteater to me, just because he's got like almost this long snout right here. But yeah, that's just me. It is a pretty good expression. On his hood here, you can see the gray line, which you can actually feel like that's part of the body that's raised up. And then the yellow pattern on either side there. Very nice. Some more gray stripes on either side here as well. Actually, those are also, they feel engraved, like they're raised parts of the body. A little squeaky, but yeah, pretty cool. Salt tires. I wish they didn't do them like solidly. I wish they did them as they were in the show, which is, you could tell they're salty, but you could still see the black tire underneath, like just realistically. But as they did, they've done this, with mud, they did it with sand, snow, so I'm really not too surprised. Actually, one time, I think with one of the Maters from the Christmas lines, like We Who Enter Mater, Reindeer Mater, they actually did it so you could see like snow on his treaded off-road tires, but you could still tell that like it's a black tire. Either way, his decal on the side here, NIC OLAS 523A. You have 523A there again. Man, I really want to discern what this means. I wish I could figure this out, because I remember like when I first saw this guy, I was like, oh wow, he's got quite a few decals there. Like, is that a sponsor? NIC, like the font really does give off college vibes. Like that is like a typical college, like football jersey font. So I wonder if that's like Northern Illinois College or something like that, or I don't know, something like that. I think that'd be cool. This is why they need to release like an Art of Cars on the Road book or something like that, or a Meet the Characters from Cars on the Road, and include some of these background guys so we can look into their history, right? I really want an on the road art book, just so we could see like all the murals from the Lights Out place. We could see just all the stuff that they had to create, like all the dinosaurs in a very standardized way. Man, that'd be so cool. But yeah, he's got 523A also there. Maybe that's just like the number that he uses when he races from the salt flats. I don't know, OLAS, maybe that relates to the division he's in, because McQueen identified him as an import, but he's like a Volkswagen Bug, so he's got to be imported like from Germany then, I guess. But you don't really associate Volkswagen Bugs as imports, more so the Japanese models like Boost DJ and Wingo. So here's his engine back here. You also have like raised parts for that. You could feel the texture of those stripes there. 121 SR. Again, I wish I knew what that meant, but I don't. I love this piece right here, the exhaust pipe. He's got a big cage for the engine here. And then here's your surprise, guys. The base is metal. So this is one of the very few cars, and pretty much the only car that has a metal base and metal body in the entire Disney Cars diecast universe. Now, I say car because Millie, just a pity, has a metal base and a metal body, but you never see this. Like, everybody, that's plastic, that's plastic, that's plastic. And I mean, that's just how it goes. But this guy, you could tell it's glossy. I touched it to my nose. It felt cold. It's the same type of metal that they use on his body. I cannot believe. I mean, you could feel it. Like, he's a hefty car. He's heavier than Lightning McQueen, and McQueen's bigger. So that's awesome. I don't know why they did that. They certainly didn't have to, but it's a very cool feature. It makes you feel like you're actually, I mean, especially when you're at Target and you pay $5 for this, you feel like, well, maybe I'm actually getting $5 worth of product. But made in Thailand, R27A, that means he was made during the 27th week of 2022 at the A factory, which would be the exact halfway point. No, 1 week after the halfway point of the year. So sometime in June then, I think that would be. And you get a nice little look at his engine as well. Yeah, I love this guy. I love his color. It's not like a pure red like Lightning McQueen. It's a little bit more on the pink side. But just a beautiful car. I would give Mattel a big A for this car. Like, if I were grading cars, which I really should, just so you guys know like truly what I think of them, and I'm always honest, I would give him an A. This is one of their best this year, one of their best over the last few years. All the decals are clear, metal base, metal body. The only thing I would critique him on are the tires, like I said. But do I expect them to actually make them that way? Because they've set a precedent that they just don't do it that way. So I don't really knock him for that. Now, I do want to compare him to some other Volkswagen Bug characters. You have Xanadu Bumpers, who is the most standard Volkswagen Bug that we have, because it really is just like a blank model, and you can see the VW logo there. She is from the cotter pin bar in Cars 3. Zoom out here a little bit. I really struggled deciding who I was going to review next. Like, do I do Griswold, or do I do Rust-eze or Racing Center Cruz? Because she's a very identifiable character, very popular, but I just don't think she's that unique, especially Griswold. I mean, he's a reskin of Pillar-Durev's, but he's got so much cool equipment. Now the next most standard VW is Cruz Basoro here. This is Carlo Veloso's crew chief, and he's got a whole headset, so that's why he's got a little bit more going on to him. I remember I was stoked when I got this car. He was first released in a 2-pack exclusive to Kmart in 2011-12. And yeah, they did several of those. Like they did Francesco and Giuseppe, Carla Cruz, and then the last one was John Lasseter and Jeff Gorvet. And yeah, that was awesome. Those were the good old days, even though distribution was horrible during that time. Yeah, now we're going to get into the more exotic VW bugs. Of course, the Easter Buggy. But at least they probably have super similar engines. They both have this cage back here. That's actually pretty similar. Wow, look at that. Royce, are you the Easter Buggy? Do you actually, like, 364 days of the year when you're not the Easter Buggy, are you a Salt Flats racer? Oh. It's possible. I mean, look. Look at the ear. The ear is like in the same shape as his engine thing right here. Oh my God. You sneaky snake. I figured you out. Here you have Flick. Flick was the first of all of these that they did long ago in 2007. Maybe it was 2008. I think it might have been actually 2008 that they did him for the first time. They did him then in 2009. And then not again until 2017. And then again in 2020. It's funny, some of these characters that were released, you know, like every 5 years, and now since it's been like 16 years, they've accumulated like 4 releases, and it's pretty wild. Like, wow, Flick used to be very, very rare, but, you know, since 2017, when he was released again, and then again in 2020, he's lost a little bit of that rarity. Now, the most similar character to Royce here is Shifty Sidewinder, from the RS 500.5 short, because of the fact that he is another like off-road kind of like racer type bug. He's on the off-road side of things, but you guys know what I mean. Now Royce is like a brand new unique model. Like he's more of a retro bug. Like he's flatter. He's not as plump like, you know, as like this Xanadu bumpers here, like a very plump VW bug, very symmetrical. But Royce here, you know, a little flatter in the front, a little longer, and so he's one of those more retro bugs from a few decades ago. But yeah, they both have the cage here for the engine with the big exhaust pipe. It just looks like a fireworks shooter, you know? It just looks like it's going to shoot a rocket into the sky. But yeah, Royce is unique for having this thing that pops up here, which I really wish I had a term for that. If somebody knows, please let me know. I do like Shifty a lot. He's an underrated release. He's got all this dirt on his sides here and the windows as well. That's pretty cool. I bet they're friends. Like, they have to know who they are. They probably go to like Volkswagen Bug conventions. So yeah, guys, there you have it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully, well, I'm pretty confident that in case M, which will be the final singles case of 2022, and then we'll start 2023, we will be getting Revo Cost and Datz Jammin. So yeah, they're really hitting the Salt Flats episode hard. And so if you guys want these in other formats, well, in a diecast form, because so far, as you can see, they've only been released as color changers, you just gotta wait like a month and they will be at your beck and call. All right, guys, bye now. I know, I always do this. I always put another clip after I already said bye now because I forgot something. And I was just putting Shifty Sidewinder back and I was like, wow, Sandy Dunes looks actually really similar as well to Royce Revsley here. I mean, he's another Dune bug, Dune car type model, and they both have, again, the pipe sticking out the back, and they just look similar to me, kind of similar in color as well. So I want to show them together. You know, there's always somebody in the comments that's like, you forgot this, you forgot this car. And I'll be like, come on, man, I just didn't think to compare him to that. And so I always include these post clips because I'm like, I want to cover all my bases. But there you guys go. Sandy Dunes x Royce Revsley. You ship that sexy relationship? I do.